Okay. Okay, thank you all so much. I'm going to be very, very brief because I know you all have your meeting. I am so glad to be here. And as I said, we are moving forward. Thank you for inviting me, the host. I thank you so much. You have even explained so much, but I'm going to just go briefly so that people will know how we started, why we are where we are, and where we are going to. We are so close. First of all, NINAS is the Nigerian Indigenous Nationality Alliance for Self-Determination. That is what we're doing basically. We are claiming our territories. We are claiming our positions. We are claiming our land. So this is not about Fulani telling us what to do. This is us saying, we the people, we want what belongs to us, what rightfully belongs to us. We are not going to fight over it because it is ours. So we're not going to fight over it. So this is ours. So I just want you to brave your indulgence and give me just a few minutes to explain how it all started. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I'll just show you how everything started. First of all, in 1999, when the Constitution was written, in actual fact, that Constitution was not written. It was actually adopted through Decree 24. That was adopted the 1979 Constitution through Abdul Salam Decree 24, turned it into 1999, and made a mess of everybody. That 1999 Constitution is the problem, is the cause of what we are, where we are right now. And that is why NINAS decided that the first thing that we have to do before we think of anything else is to pull down that Constitution. So we said, you see, this 1999 Constitution must come down for us to go forward. And why do we want to do that? Because in this Constitution, there are 68 exclusive lists. All these 68 exclusive lists makes it impossible for a Yoruba man to generate the money that comes in Yoruba land to be used for Yoruba people. They made it so difficult. The Igbo man, the money that is generated in his own land to be used by his own people and for his own people. So this 68 exclusive list, if you go through it, you would say, God forbid, how did we even allow this to happen for so long? Guess what? The Port Authority in Lagos generate billions of dollars. They generate a lot of money. But guess what? Lagos State alone does not get back that money because this Constitution allows about 70% of what Lagos State makes to go to Kano State that generates 0%. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this Constitution is the Constitution that made them to make our students would have 200 and something for JAM, and they will not qualify to get into institutions of higher learning, but their own kids with 50% can come in and study medicine. This Constitution made it so. This Constitution made it so that you cannot generate electricity in our land. If you go to Nigeria now, everybody has this small generator. I better pass my neighbor. That is what they are using. And here in America, we have like 24 hours. All you need to do is to pay your bills. Is that not it? That Constitution made it so. So if you go and open the Constitution, you see all these 68 exclusive items on the list. And that is why we say we are no longer doing. You have to pull it down for anything positive to happen. Then, even before we went there, the Nigerians, the contraption, I call it contraption because that is what it is. I call it a contraption because the Fulanese, they have already moved on with their Sharia. You understand? They did this in sometime in 2000. They moved on with their Sharia and decided that we here, we can decide to do whatever we want, but it has to come through their own power. So they have moved on with these 12 states that you see right now. Before, the Middle Belt used to be part of the North. But the Middle Belt found out that we cannot continue in this manner. That is why they pulled out from the North. So these 12 states has already agreed to move on with their Sharia states. And that is why when they say we are succeeding, we want them to know that we are not succeeding. No. We are actually asking for what belongs to us. Our own self-determination, that is what we are seeking. And let me also make us to realize that these three bottom, like we have the Middle Belt here, we have the Yoruba nation here, we have the Lower Niger here. When I call Lower Niger, it means the Southeast and the South, and some part of the Middle Belt. So all of us, we have created an alliance. We have created a stronghold against the Fulani Caliphate. So we are already together. We are doing this together. That is why it's easy. Had it been the Middle Belt wanted to go on their own, these people on this side will crush them. Had it the Biafrans, we tried to go on our own one time. You see what happened in 67. We were crushed. I didn't think the Yorubas wanted to go on their own. They would be crushed. So that is why we decided to create an alliance first before we decide to go. So that has happened. Then in 2007, the template that the Ninas is using is this UNDRIP, United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Indigenous Peoples. Because people are asking the question, hey, how do you think this thing would work? How do you think this thing would work? Fulani will not agree. They were just making so much noise. And we are telling them that there is a template. There is a template, and you won't believe it. One of the people that helped to see this template go through was Professor Wale Soyinka. It was one of those that allowed this template to go through in 2007. He helped us to get this thing to go through. The first guy that tried it during Second World War, they killed him because they said, if Africans understand that they can have self-determination, how do we go and steal from them? So it was the help of Wale Soyinka and some other chaps that made this possible in 2007. I think the secretary there was Kofi Annan. So because it was a friend to Soyinka and so on and so forth, they met together and said, hey, man, you got to help us. You got to help us. So in 2007, this thing came out, and it has about 46 articles. It's from these 46 articles that Ninas is working from. So if anybody tells, Fulani no go agree, Fulani, no. Fulani go agree because we and Fulanis, we are not the same. We are not the same. So if you go through all these 46 articles, it's talking about the indigenous peoples in their indigenous spaces. Like the Ijaw man would be in his Ijaw territory, the Igbo man would be in his Igbo territory, the Yoruba man would be in his Yoruba territory. So nobody would encroach on your territory unless you decide to agree. So with that being said, now let me give you the let me give you the trend, the real template that was mapped out. These are the 16 steps that have been mapped out since 1999 when this project started. It started in 1999. And so far, we are at the 50. This is where we are right now. From here to this is where we are. And this is the last phase. We are on number 15, where we are, because we have done the constitutional force majeure. We did that in December 16th, of which I am a signatory. So we have done that. This is the last phase of where we are, right? We are on the 15th. We are moving to the 15th. And we will now get to the 16th, and that will be the end. And when my brother was saying, we are so close, that's the truth. We are really, really close. So we are going to finish from here and go down to this last part of the entire phase. It has taken 21 years in making. You understand? And why we decided to go through this platform or go through this pathway is because we don't want any war. War will not benefit us. Yeah. We don't want anybody to die for no reason, especially when all those things belong to you. So that is why we had to go through this path. And we are hoping that by the time we finish, we would end up like this. Imagine federations. The Yorubas will go